Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we want to head straight over. We have a live report from Amarachi Uche, who is live at the scene of a truck crash that has temporarily shut down a street in Pitt County. Amarachi, where exactly are you and what is the status of the crash behind you?
Yeah, Charlie, right now I'm on Old Creek Road near Pepper Lane, and the crash is still right now active. You can see Greenville utility crews are still working on that power line behind me. Now, we first brought you the story just before 7 a.m. and it was a very active scene behind me with the truck even still there. Later, an hour later, we were able to see the power line that was hit being holded up in the air as you could see broken half. Now I'm going to show you the scene now. It seems like they've put in another power line and are getting the power restored to many that are without power. But Pactola's firefighters tell us that the crash happened. They were called just before 5:45 a.m. for a truck that had hit a power line and flipped on its side. So the driver is expected to be okay. That's what we've heard so far. Crews have been out here since then. I've been out here as well with them. They have been putting up this new power line. You can see them at work here, Charlie, putting in that new power line as crews tell us that once that vehicle did hit that power line, people lost power in the area. And I know that's very unfortunate. It is very cold this morning, so we've been on scene here. The road is still closed, but it seems like they are wrapping up, which is a good thing. There has been a whole bunch of cars, even school buses that have come this way and have had to find a way to turn back around because they could not get through here. So it seems like they're wrapping up, which is, again, a good thing here. But Charlie, I've been out here all morning just getting information, collecting information on what happened. But again, the driver is expected to be okay. The road, however, is still closed, so avoid this area if you can. And if you're without power, they are working on getting you that power right now behind me, Charlie.
Perfect. Amarachi, again, thank you so much. Before we let you go, though, what street exactly is it? That way drivers, again, can make plans before they head on their morning commute. What road is shut down right now?
Yeah, just again, it is Old Creek Road and it's near Pepper Lane. That is where we are right now. I'm at the intersection of Pepper Lane here with my car, and Old Creek Road is all right here, shut down this way. If you can avoid that area, if you can find a different alternate route as you're going to work or going anywhere this morning, that would be best advised, as you're going to be met with cones and a sign telling you that the road is closed and you're going to have to find a way to turn right back around. So again, it's Old Creek Road and Pepper Lane intersection where I'm at, Charlie.
Perfect. Amarachi, thank you so much. Of course, we will hopefully check back in with you later on today during our noon program. But again, that was Amarachi Uche reporting live from Pitt County. Again, Old Creek Road right now shut down due to, again, that crash involving a car and a power pole. Now we want to turn our attention to ongoing fallout surrounding the fatal ICE shootings in Minnesota. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
This morning, a growing outcry over the shooting death of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by federal law enforcement in Minneapolis, the city's second involving federal law enforcement this month. As protesters react to the multiple videos capturing the scene, the Trump administration is defending the officers. The Department of Homeland Security posting that Preddy, quote, approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
When they tried to get him to disengage, he became aggressive and resisted them throughout that process. These officers used their training, followed their protocols, and were in fear of their lives.
The videos, shot from various angles, show federal agents shoving someone before Preddy steps in. Preddy is then pepper sprayed in the face by an officer while holding his phone and is then wrestled to the ground. DHS said he brandished a weapon, but the videos don't appear to show that. This one does show an agent appearing to remove a gun from Preddy's back waistband seconds before the shots are fired. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar among elected officials rejecting the Trump administration's description of the scene.
I just keep thinking, Your eyes don't lie.
Local officials say Preddy had a permit to carry, and groups like the Gun Owners of America are defending his right to bear arms while protesting. Preddy was an ICU nurse for a Minneapolis VA hospital, his parents calling him kind-hearted and deeply caring.
He loved this country, but he hated what people were doing to it.
President Trump overnight demanding state and local officials cooperate with his administration's deportation efforts as those officials call on ICE to leave the state. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, thank you, Alice, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast today. Again, there are certainly some area schools that are operating on a delay. Good news is that conditions are only improving from here on out. Right now, we've got rain showers working their way across coastal portions of eastern North Carolina. Those of you watching across coastal Onslow County, pretty much all of Carteret County, down kind of the southern portion there of Craven County, extending all the way over the Sounds. We've got rain showers coming down across Englehart, Middletown, and Hyde County. Swan Quarter saw some raindrops earlier. Right now, Swan Quarter is starting to dry out. Manio also, again, seeing some light raindrops. So, again, this band of rain that we're still seeing kind of stretched over the Pamlico Sound, that's going to continue to work its way eastward, leaving us with not only drying conditions, but we will also see more sunshine later on today. Be careful what you wish for, though. That sunshine, it's not going to be warm. Air temps today, highs in the low 40s. It's going to be a chilly one. Do want to say good morning to Shelba Moore. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Here's a look at what things are looking like outside. It is gray, it is gloomy, it is wet, and it is still cold. 37 degrees right now in Washington. Comes with a westerly breeze at about 5 miles an hour. That's making 37 feel more like 33. It again is going to be a chilly day. Air temperatures tonight dropping down into the mid-teens. Get ready for quite the chill across the east. Now, for those of you wondering, okay, well, is that going to lead to any sort of ice event? No. By the time we get to 32 degrees later on today, we're looking at the time on the clock being around maybe 5, 6, 7 p.m. Now, that's a lot of time for water to not only drain away, but also just straight up dry up. We've got to remember, we are going to be looking at sunny skies later on this afternoon, and that is really going to, again, do a lot of help with, again, getting the water off of the roads, drying everything out. Right now, a northwesterly wind blowing in at about 4 to 8 miles an hour. Is a little bit stronger as you get closer to the water, but here's a look at, again, what we're anticipating for today. Highs upper 30s into the low 40s, but once we get into the afternoon, it is sunny skies, at least mostly sunny skies. The clearer your skies are this time of year, generally the colder you get overnight. And here we are dropping down again below freezing between 6, 7 p.m. tonight. And we are going to continue to see those temperatures fall down to the mid-20s by the time we reach midnight tonight. And note those winds northwesterly at around 10, possibly up to around 15 miles an hour overnight. That is, again, only going to make things feel even colder. Now, as far as raindrops go, are really not looking much over the tail end of today. Models trying to give us maybe a few light flurries as everything exits. But then as we make our way through your Tuesday and Wednesday, you can see we are looking at clear skies across eastern North Carolina. Let's zoom the picture out a little bit more. Do also want to say good morning to Penny, Sue Ann, as well as Teresa. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Here's what we've got, though, coming up over the next few days. Of course, as we just got done with a wintry system this past weekend, we are now transitioning our focus onto this upcoming weekend, and we could be talking again about another chance of some snowflakes. Here's what we're going to be seeing coming in on Wednesday. Another cold front. Wednesday may be one of the warmer days of the week, but with that cold front moving through, Thursday and Friday's air temperature down big time. We are looking again at that cold air rushing in behind that frontal boundary, and it is really going to knock air temperatures down from essentially the low 40s on Wednesday, still really not all that warm, down to the mid-30s for your highs on Thursday, mid to upper 30s on Friday, and then through the upcoming weekend, not only do we see those air temperatures stay cold, slightly above freezing there on Saturday and Sunday, but we've got moisture present. moisture present and cold air present. Overnight lows Saturday night into Sunday. Right now, 18 degrees. Right now, it's certainly looking like snow is a possibility coming up for next Saturday evening into Saturday night. Of course, we've got Groundhog's Day coming up next Monday. Big fan of that. I love a good Bill Murray movie. But as far as weather goes, yeah, we may be talking about some snow as we again make our way into Sunday morning. And who knows how long it could stick around depending on how cloudy we stay on Sunday. We may again have some snow on the ground for Groundhog's Day. Whew. Man. Hopefully, again, everybody has a great morning. I know this past weekend's weather was anything but a winter wonderland. It was cold, it was wet, it was icy at times. We certainly had accumulations of ice across eastern North Carolina. Thankfully, they weren't high enough to create any, I would say, widespread, massive power outages. We did get reports, again, of a few pockets of power outages that did affect hundreds of people, but those were brought back online relatively quickly thanks to the hard work of our power crews. But coming up again for this upcoming weekend, I'm looking forward to talking about at least another chance of some snowflakes. Do want to say good morning to Kim along with Bernice. Hopefully, again, we all keep our fingers crossed. We'll do a snow dance and hopefully we'll get some flakes coming up by Saturday. Anyways, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Monday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.